What's up, people? Back with another reaction, and I'm back to react to an artist for the first time on the channel. Anytime I do that, I like to say welcome to anyone who's just found my channel, looking for a reaction in this case from Kate Bush. Basically, I'm a music collector for a long time. I'm in my early 40s. I was born in 1980. As you can see, I have a lot of physical media. I listen to a lot of CDs. I have like a couple thousand CDs, a couple thousand vinyl records. I'm also a techno DJ, but I listen to punk rock, reggae, hip-hop, classical music, many more styles beyond that. But the point is, I do things a little differently on this channel than most other reaction channels. I listen to physical media, and in recent times I've been given access to very generously by a few people to online like Google Drives with a number of music that I have not yet gotten a physical copy of myself, although in many cases my plan is to eventually get physical copies. I apologize, I do have a little kitten who is a crazy cat. But yeah, bottom line, I've been collecting music a long time, so on this channel I react to physical media, and in more recent times, music that people have sent to me ripped from their own physical collection. So yeah, bottom line, I do things a little differently, but this is the first time I'm reacting to Kate Bush. I know one of her tunes pretty well. I'm familiar with Running Up That Hill, originally Deal With God. I heard the placebo version first. I reacted to the placebo version recently, which made a couple people who were friends of the channel ask again, because they had been asking a couple times before if I would react to Kate Bush. So after I did that reaction, it felt like I really need to get around to it. So shout out to Sebastian, a huge friend of the channel, made this material available to me. And he was saying that some of his favorite Kate Bush stuff is Kate Bush in the 80s. But I figured, we'll start at the beginning and we'll get there eventually, which again, if you're new to the channel, when I was reacting to music that I am very familiar with, techno and punk rock and so on, I was just kind of jumping around, just, let's talk about this album, let's talk about this release and so on. Since I started reacting to music that I'm not previously familiar with, I basically have been doing deep dives where I just go through albums in chronological order, and in some cases going through entire catalogs in chronological order. So that's basically the plan here. So we're going to start with, I think, her first album. She released 2 albums in '78, but the way Seb has organized it in the folder, I believe this is the first album. And the album is called The Kick Inside. Yeah, The Kick Inside. So yeah, this is 1978, so yeah, my knowledge of Kate Bush is very limited. My understanding, again, according to what Seb said, is that some of this early stuff from the late 70s is notably different from what we're going to hear her do by the time we get to, say, the mid-80s, so I am curious by that. And indeed, when I've done these deep dives on different artists, over time I begin to get a sense and an appreciation for the way their sound may evolve or diversify over time, so I'll keep an eye out or an ear out for that. But yeah, one last point for those of you new, when I'm reacting to music I know well, I'll usually talk for a minute or two about the lyrics, if there are lyrics, if it's not an instrumental or like a techno tune. But yeah, I'll talk for a minute or two just about the way I've understood the lyrics, never definitively, never authoritatively, always interpretationally, in terms of just the way the words have hit my brain over time. And then if I haven't heard a tune, or at least if I don't think I've heard a tune, every once in a while a tune will start and it's like, wait, I've heard this on the radio, when I was a kid or whatever. But if I don't think I've heard a tune, I'll just spend a minute or two thinking about the title, what themes it may suggest, what concepts may be at play. So the first tune on her 1978 album, The Kick Inside, is called Moving. I've mentioned, if you've been following my channel, single word titles are a little harder to get a read on just because there's no other context to tell you where that word might be running, which is to say, even if the word itself has a lot of potential meanings and a lot of different connotations, without having any further information, it's almost like there's too many ways it could go to make sense of what it might be. That's sort of the case here, but I'll say that, moving, it can be emotionally moving, something can, or something can be kinetically or physically moving, which is to say not static or frozen. So yeah, right out of the gate, I'm inclined to think of, kinetics and movement, although once again, moving could be more, on the psycho-emotional level, so we'll have to see, but let's get it. This is Kate Bush, the first tune from her 1978 album, The Kick Inside, and it's called Moving. Banshees at Night.
Being a stranger, does it really matter? As long as you're not afraid to
I love the
speak.
atmosphere. Her voice is not what I was expecting. Wow.
Touch me, hold me, have my open arms,
I love her voice.
try to fall for me. How I move, how you move me, with your beauty and potency. Give me life,
Oh,
please don't let me go. You crush the memory in my
I'd like to apologize to Ron, who was trying to get me to listen to Kate Bush for a little while. I get it. Got some range too. The keys are really nice too. Your beauty is what? I love this part. But it's like insane below her operatic singing too. I love it. Oof. Little hit of dissonance there. Clearly bleeds into the next tune. Yeah, fascinating. I don't remember her singing that way in her version of Running Up That Hill. Yeah, maybe I'm just not remembering that as clearly as I thought I did. But her voice was different than what I was expecting and fantastic. It's like higher and like very sort of precise, but again, like even though she was singing sort of theatrically and operatically at times, she clearly can do some sort of like eccentric kind of really interesting things with her voice, like lower inner register. So yeah, very much intrigued by this opening tune. Lyrically, I was only catching bits and pieces. Definitely got to listen to it some more. And again, if you're new here, you know, I usually catch some of the lyrics. It depends, you know, different songs, even from the same artist, the lines will be clearer or less so. But yeah, I try to pick up what I can. Sometimes I pick up enough to get a real sense of where the song's going. Sometimes it's just little fragments and I'm not sure how all the pieces fit together in the puzzle, which was basically the case there. But yeah, when I do these reactions, after I do them, I have like proper immersive listens, you know, with headphones on. So I'll give it some more listens, but do let me know if there's a line or two in there that's particularly crucial or critical to the sort of the direction or the moving of the song. So yeah, I'm intrigued by this opening track. I'm even more intrigued, I have to point out, I did look in the track listing. The next track is called The Saxophone Song. Once again, to those of you new here, allow me to explain, I'm a huge fan of the sax in different contexts. You know, I'm a big fan of ska music, the first wave, second wave, third wave, you name it. I like a lot of good brass there. I listen to like score music, which has good brass, including saxophone work. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the sax in a number of different musical or genre contexts. So a track that declares that it is the saxophone song makes me very curious. So yeah, we'll come back for that one soon. Do let me know what you think of this. Once again, welcome to anyone new. Shout out to all of you who've already been here, as well as Seb in particular for making this available, Ron in particular for sort of pushing for Kate Bush reactions to happen, I think Izzy as well. So yeah, bottom line, very much looking forward to this. Do let me know what you think of the tune. I will see you next time. Cheers.